What? What was that? Shit. Why is that screen blank? Christ almighty. There we go. Oh, there we go. Hi, Cindy. Welcome. I was just having a bit of a bounce around there with the screens. I don't know. One didn't want to load. Hey, Alex. People just are not getting notifications anymore. I don't think. 14 are here, and I'm not seeing you guys again, just like last night. I'm scrolling way down to the bottom. Let me check my other window. I don't know what's up with that. Is this a YouTube thing or what? I think I see people in the other window. Little window like that. It's so small. Somebody's saying hello. Teresa. Hello, Teresa. And I've got to tap. So Cindy and Teresa are saying hello. Everybody else is going to Sandy bag. Dawn. Hello, Dawn. Hi, Cassandra. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I don't know what's up with the window that I usually speak to you guys in. It's just, there it is now. It was just slow loading up. There we go. All right. 15 in the room. Okay, guys, why don't we get right into it? Hi, Susan. Welcome. Get right into the smudge. Let's see here. Hope I can get some flameage up. It's been hard lately. It just doesn't want to. All the heat and all the humidity. All right, let's see. I've got to go back to my window. And that way it shows mine's in real time, and there's a delay with the one I'm looking at right now talking to you guys. Hi, Julie. Hey, Brenda. Brenda Gerard. Hello. I'm going to pop into my own window. Now, this is real time here for me. Okay. The only drawback, everything's in mirror image, so it's all backwards, everything. It's not going to light, I can tell you right now. Everything's too damp, too much humidity. I can't even start a fire deliberately. Come on. I know there's not much left to the month, Taurus. For all you Taurians, it's been a weird month. And Mercury retrograde, here we go. Maybe something's going to go right here today. This is nice. I still have some of that magic flame in here, too. Where it turns the flame blue and yellow and red. And I thought it would be fun to put in one of our smudges. It doesn't like it, unfortunately. These are meant for campfires, not little bowl fires. I need a little bit. What have I got for white? Sage. Do I have any white sage left? Whoops. Yes, I do. That'll get a smudge up at least. We all know that, right? Those of us that smudge. This is loose. A little bit left from Coralie. My very first online customer was Coralie. and she is Canadian. She lives in Ontario. We've never met. We knew each other because we were both admins, observers, weather observers for the Weather Network for our areas. And that's how we met. And somehow she found out that I was doing cards and whatnot. And she said, oh, well, let me. And I did her. I've been doing her ever since. And she's always mailing me stuff like this. Sage, and this was for my birthday. And a couple of sage sticks as well. There we go. Look at that now. You guys see that color? The colors? They're mostly blues. But we're going to get a smudge here because once that dies down, it's going to smolder, which is good. Okay. Oh, I couldn't wait. I had to smell it. The smell of cedar and white sage together. So good. All right, my selenite, my cards, let's give them a good smudge. And Lilith. Okay. And all y'all out there in my general area. I don't know. I count on smudges. I feel better after a smudge, but if people aren't here smelling it too, those are the ones that give me problems. All my troubles in life really are people right now. They're driving me crazy. There's just been some weird happenings going on. I don't know if it's because of what I do here in the channel on YouTube, but some people seem to be under the impression that I'm not allowed to speak my own personal mind online, and I've been dealing with a lot of that. And I had one friend, and she's a force to be reckoned with. You don't ignore her when she speaks. And she just took a strip off. Some people in the last 2 days, like, what are you doing? Do you people hear yourself, you know? I don't know if it's the heat. And I'm sitting there going, is it just me? And then other people come in hours after the fact, and they're going, and coming to me going, did you see what was, I said, yeah, I seen it. Oh my God. I'm going to say something, and they jump right on that thread. I don't know what's going on. It's not just me. There we go. Smudge out of the way. I always feel better. And you know what? I don't care, like, what my state of mind is going into a reading. Once I get in the reading, I go into a space, and it's familiar to me. And it's always the same. It's always the same thing for me. It's a place where it sounds funny to say, but it's a place where nothing's expected of me. I'm a tool. I'm being used by the universe to pass on messages because we requested that these messages come through. And even though they're coming out of my mouth and all that, I don't feel there's any personal expectations. That's how much I believe that I am only the mediator. I'm just the messenger. That's all I am, and I'm really comfortable in that space. And there's no better feeling in the world to know and have that inner knowing that you're connected to spirit, you're connected to guides, this sort of a thing. It's a special place to be. It's where I feel protected when I'm reading and I'm connecting. I feel in my element. There's a feeling of complete, pure balance. It's the strangest thing. It really is. It's the strangest thing. Let me pop over to see what you guys are talking about over here for just a moment. We're only 9 minutes in. That's good for me. Amanda! Hello, Amanda. I'm glad you're here. Are you both Taurus? Okay. I wasn't doing good until I got in here. I've not been doing really well the last couple days, partly due to that stuff in the channel. I've never had to deal with anything like that before, and it's all my fault. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time, not here in this reading for Taurus. So, hi DC, welcome. Welcome to the group. I'm just going to hold off for a couple of minutes here, and Yeah, there's just something with it, Brenda, to stay on that positive note right there. When I get in a reading, I seen a lady leave one night because she thought that she didn't say it, but she indicated something about me being too preachy. This isn't a religious thing. It's not a preachy thing. It's a spiritual thing. And when I get hit really, it's kind of like one of them Pentecosts getting hit with the Spirit. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like Spirit takes over. No, I'm not a Pentecost, but I've been there and done that many, 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 many moons ago. Anyways, we don't talk about religion, right? But I'm saying it's that kind of thing. Spirit comes over and Spirit's on fire and Spirit's got a lot to say. These are not, when I say something that's coming from me, I mean personally, not your spirit. My own personal opinion on something, my own personal thoughts on something. I try to remember before I open my mouth that I say, now this is for me. I don't do that very often. So some people don't like that. It's like on a roll. You're on a roll. And the words are flying. And you're on a roll. And some people see that as somebody that's religious and they're on a pulpit and they're preaching and they're, in the Spirit and all this other stuff. It isn't that. This is universal Spirit. We've asked for messages to come through, using myself as the mediator and the tarot cards as the tool to kind of direct us and to show us what we might be able to anticipate that's coming up in the very near future. So yes, people are being weird, Amanda. I don't know what to do. I made a big no-no in the channel and I went against my own rules. And it wasn't what people thought it was. And I'm going to address it once in the group. I haven't done that yet because my mindset. I'm very disturbed by what I saw coming out of people. And it was 3 years, May the 10th, that the channel's been up. And Facebook the group was brought up maybe a month or two later, maybe within that same month, I'm not sure. But close. And I've never had any discord like that within the group. Never. It's always been a place of zen and comfort. And it was my big mistake to do what I did. But I'm going to write it and I'm going to make it better. It feels better here. It feels better being in this place. It just feels better all the way around. I like it a lot. Yeah. May 10th, 2016. Plastic surgery, Beth. Was the day the channel was born. Was May the 10th. I'm almost positive of that. 2016, so it's been over 3 years. Next May it'll be 4. So we've been around for a little bit. Nothing, I don't think you missed anything, Brenda. Brenda's right, I don't think you missed anything. I did the smudge. Were you here for the smudge? I did do that. And we've just been kind of lightly chatting about a couple of different things here. And everything's smudged and ready to go. I'm going to begin the shuffle for you guys. I always like Taurus. I really do. But Taurus can be stubborn as a bull. I've seen that side of them too. And man, that's infuriating. So... But overall, they're good people. I know they're hardworking people. They're studious people. They're dedicated. They're usually loyal. They're very proud. They have a quiet strength. These are my descriptors of the ones that I've known personally in my life. All good qualities. Set in their ways. That's another way of looking at it as well. That's very, very true. It depends if there's an issue, it depends what the issue is as well. So, but I've seen that stubborn side, boys, old boys. The Taurus can dig their heels right in and say, I'm not moving. No, not in this lifetime. Are you going to make me move or change my mind or go in the other direction or whatever it is, right? So, personal arguments, I would say, is where they get stubborn. It's not other things so much because they're pretty flexible and they're easy to get along with. But in personal Who's going to call first? Who's going to take the first move? Who's going to say they're sorry first? You know, that kind of stuff, right? I had a good friend, and he was getting really, really cranky for the last 6 months that we were friends for years. Our kids were just little, and he would say things that would play on my mind, kind of sting a little bit, and then I'd really think about them later and I go, why did he say that in that tone? And one day I said, that's it. He said something to me. He was a great one sometimes. Like, if he wanted to really, really inflict something, he'd kind of public humiliate you or embarrass you or something like that. So he had that side to him. And he said something to me. I said, that's it. We're done. That was, it's been 3 years. It's been 3 years. There are times that I miss him, but when I think back to the way he was getting at the end of it, and I don't know what, he'd had some losses. He lost his son from CF, and he lost his mother shortly after, and he was very close to her. And that probably had a lot to do with it. But anyway, I'm just saying Taurus's. He was a really good friend. A really good friend. I could depend on him. There was the big thing. I could depend on him. And it's nice to have people like that in your life. He's like, you don't know him, Amanda. That is funny. 7 years old, and oh boy. Who is this child? Did I spew this child from my loins? Yeah. 7-year-old boys. I had 3 sons. 3 sons. There was the oldest boy, Terry, and 3 years later came Thomas, and yes, and less than 1 day, 1 day less a year, or what, however it goes, Tim came along. So Tim and Tom, for 1 day of the year, they're the same age. My kids were pretty. The firstborn, he was my reality. He was the one. He was the Dennis the Menace. He was always in trouble. I was always agitated and frustrated with him. It was sad, really. The other 2 weren't like that. It's like they watched what he did and went through. They learned from his mistakes or something. They were the 2 easiest kids to be around. So, thank you, Tigran. Yeah, your firstborn. And we make all our mistakes with our firstborn as well. So I'm going to cut these right here. Where are we? We're at 18 minutes already. Way too long. Way too long. All right. So, Lilith. Of the top 5 cards as this deck stands, the cards that are met. For this general public reading, for the sign of Taurus the Bull, for the remainder of July 2019. What can they anticipate is coming towards them? Could they be given some guidance, some direction, some light, awareness? Are these the cards that are meant for this general Taurus reading? She's just real mediocre with the swing here. I'd like to see a little more. It's a little better. Thank you. You may rest. I just wanted to make sure it was her, not me. I'm funny like that. Okay. Hello, Sharon Margaret Stewart. Hey, Lachey. Welcome. Welcome. Hi, Luanda. Taurus is your moon sign. I like Taurus. Okay, so Lilith says these are your cards. I'm going to go back into my window. I will not be able to see what you're saying to me because of that. But this is real time for me, and I've got a clearer window here. In your window, when I talk to you guys, everything, there's a delay. It drives me crazy. Alrighty then. Okay. Very first card is your overall energy for what is remaining of July, Taurus. Table is a mess. My house is a mess. 7 of Pentacles. Potential. There's your overall energy for the rest of this month. Potential, that's a good card. Second one, finances and wealth. Queen of Swords and resilience. I just heard a well that's never going to completely run dry. Calm down. That's what I heard. Be at ease. A well that's never really going to run dry. You're very lucky. Your next one is your hearth, your home, your friends, your family, relationships. 4 of Wands. Reward. The next card. Should there be any challenges? This is it. Oh, Jesus. You must have heard us talking about you last night. Somebody asked me, what's your favorite tarot card? Or your favorites? And one of the ones you don't like at all, he was number 1. I don't like him. I just don't like him. I don't like what he represents. I guess he's a waste of space. Fabio of the Sea is a waste of space. Your final card. Your message from Spirit of 3 of Wands. Motivation. And these are your cards for the remainder of July. So there we go. I don't. He to me, he's just... He's a waste of time. He's a waste of space. He is a, what do they call him? He's an opportunist. We all are to a certain point. He's heavy on that. There's another word for him. He's not full of malice. See, I'm drawn right to him. I bypassed everything, and I'm drawn to him. These are your challenges, so maybe it'll give you something to think about while we read the rest, but he's got his head in the clouds. He believes. There's being an optimist, and then there's being a flake. All right? This guy is bordering on flake. Head's in the clouds. He can't move without somebody else's backing or help or support. He can't do anything on his own. And he tries to take people in with him on these great schemes and ideas and this sort of a thing. And if you fall for that, you're going to end up with an empty wallet syndrome, is what's going to happen there. Now let's go back to 7 of Pentacles and look at this. The 7s are all about possibilities. We've got Pentacles here, and the Pentacles are about creativity. They're about money. They're about excitement. There a lot of good comes out of Pentacles. And this is potential. And to get that as your overall energy for the rest of the month, how does that make you feel? It should make you feel very good. It should make you feel very secure. It should make you feel safe. I'm sorry, I should have brought the camera back up. There. There's much to be gained when this card shows up in your reading. So there's going to be some developments for some of you. You're going to have a pretty steady month. There's going to be, in the business world, somebody that's in the business world. There's a good flow to the job the last couple weeks of the month here, the last week, right from now to the end of the month, I should say. There's a really good flow, and you're not missing a beat. There's somebody in the business world, and you're very comfortable, and you like the way the month is ending, and you're very happy with that. You're secure in that. This is a beautiful thing here. There's much to be gained when this card shows up. It shows that you're feeling very confident in all your hard work and dedication that you put into whatever you've put into. Doesn't matter if it's home life, a relationship, a job, it doesn't matter. A project even, that you're going to be receiving the payoff. You're going to start glimpsing the rewards. You're going to see the, you're seeing the payoff. It's coming. And you're actually seeing it. You're seeing the great possibility, the potential of it coming your way and paying off. And for some of you, 1 or 2 of you, I'm hearing 2. For 2 people, you'll exceed your expectations. And how wonderful is that? You'll get more than what you were working for. It's beautiful. The potential is there for success. Everybody needs to hear that. Some things for some of you may take a little bit more time, a little bit more work, more attention to detail especially, which can slow things down but is vital and important. And it may be needed for some of you. You're going to have to slow down due to detail so you don't have to backtrack. And at the end, when you're finished, when you've come to a conclusion, when you've met that goal, you've hit that target, you've attained wherever it is you want it to be, you're going to say it was all worth it. Every bit of it. You're going to feel so good. That's because I'm feeling it's like, that was a job well done and I'm glad it's over. Or that was a situation that went really, really well. And I'm glad that we are where we are with it. A good, whatever, right? There's a good feeling. There's a real feel-good moment at the end of it. And you're feeling very proud of yourself. You did everything the right way, the proper way. You gave it all your worth, your dedication, and all the hard work into it. And it did pay off. And you're very pleased with yourself. Thank you very much. The advice is don't doubt your abilities or the path that you've chosen. You just keep going in the direction you're going in. You're on the track of success. You put that and you carry it with you. All right? Put that in your pocket. Put that under your hat. Right? And you go with that. Your keywords are perseverance. So, and that's very, very apparent. It's very, very strong as well. It is a card about money. And that's why I said, you guys, no, your flow's never going to run out. You're never going to run out here. There's always going to be, your well's going to be fine for most of you. That's where the money comes in. And it shows the dedication. When you want something bad enough, Taurus, you dedicate yourself to it. You don't lack in that department. You're a hard worker. When you invest, you're investing yourself as well. Time. Take advantage of time when it comes your way. And the final word in this card is success overall. Success. And that's a great card. That's a really good card. Your next card here is a card about resilience. And that's in your finances and it's in your wealth as well. Extreme, this card represents strength. For the most part, an inner strength. Oh, just one moment. I may need an ergonomically built chair. I'm getting old. This is an energy of high intelligence, of high clarity. Ooh, snap. Quick on everything. Seeing things for how they really are, not being clouded by somebody else's words or delivery of information. You're way ahead of everybody else. You're very quick. It's a driven. When people are driven, there's that energy that drives it. It is different for everybody. This card brings an energy of commanding respect as well. This is an energy. If you don't know this person, right? This could be somebody you know, but normally represents the querent, which would be you. Whatever you take a stance on, don't shy off and back away. When you take a stance or take your stand on something, an issue, stand your ground. Be the bull. And stand your ground. Point your horns and stand your ground. Don't move. Not if you feel right in what it is you're doing. Then you learn to stand your ground and you don't let anybody push you. You don't let anybody intimidate you. You don't let anybody bully you, influence you, manipulate you. You're very, very sharp. You're very aware. You could see through the BS when it's there. And zero tolerance at this time, Taurus, from you. For zero, you got every right to charge, okay? to put your horns down and charge when you see the BS trying to be flashed underneath your nose as if you're stupid. It's an insult to your intelligence. Take it as such. Now how calm are you? Knock them down. It's all metaphors. I don't mean punch somebody out, but no throw punches allowed, right? That cracks me up. But anyway, do you know what I'm saying? You don't. No. You be the bull that you are. You're big. You're strong. How dare anybody insult you? You know, there's such great insight with this card. This card really shows, Taurus, your strength of character. It really does. What are you made of? You know, some people are really brave. It's like you got people online. Everybody's real brave behind the computer screen. It's hilarious, really, when you think about it overall. And in real life, those people, 99% of them, I would say, right off the top, those people wouldn't say shit if they had a mouthful of it in real life. They wouldn't open their mouths. So you're going to say, what camp am I in? Am I a starter? Will I start a good ball game but not finish it? Will I back out if we're losing? Am I like that? Am I a real bull and stand my ground and not be intimidated or pushed around by somebody else's ideas or thoughts or beliefs or any of that? So you're going to find what camp you're on, right? This card does show you strength of character, which says to me somebody's going to be tested. And maybe you'll learn something about yourself along the way, and it'll turn out to be a wonderful thing. It's very, very possible. The advice of this card for you, is be prepared to make some very, very strong decisions, or even respond to a woman, and it will be a woman, who makes a final decision on something for you. This could be, oh God, it could be a lot of things. Somebody giving you the green light, the white flag, the okay, the approval, in all different areas of life. But it could be a final decision that has something to do with you. Your keywords are intelligence and independence and leadership. Excuse me. Insight and intolerance. Like I said, the BS, yeah. Determination, justice at the end, always doing the right thing and knowing the right thing to do and when to do it. Whoever this applies to. Card number 3 is your hearth and your home. And some of you have a very rewarding home life, and that in itself is a reward. So you've got the 4 of Wands. Wands being about passion, they're being about fire, but 4s, it's almost like the opposite of that. 4s are about stillness and rest, staying in one spot. And that's not a bad thing. It doesn't always have to be. I don't mean it that way. I just mean you're not moving for some reason. Sometimes it's you're being calm. Your life is calm, and that's good. And sometimes it's stillness and it's rest. And so you see that's good. It doesn't have to be anything negative or bad, but it does. You know, maybe you're stopping. Maybe some of you work so hard you don't do this very often, but you're stopping to smell the roses that are growing along the path of the trails that you walk on that are your life. And you're looking and you're going, you know what? Yeah, it's good to stop and do that. Because you can stop and then that moment, the universe is sitting up and watching. And there you go, and you're going, I'm really happy. I'm really happy with my home life. I've got a good home life. I've got a good family. I have people to love and people that love me back. For some of you, with this card as well, you may have been looking for a home for a long time, a place you can really call home, and you're finding it. You're finally finding a place where you go, I feel like this is home for me. This place is home for me. It feels like home for me. But it's new to you, and it's comfortable. You found a place that you can call home. That could relate to a job even, you know. Sometimes people feel more at home when they're at work than they do in their own homes. That's a reality. It could be something like that as well. This is a card also about finishing a job, so there's an ending right there. It's a stoppage. You see what I'm saying? The end of a project. Finally passing a test, so there's an end and a stop right there as well for you. This is a card about being leisurely It's a card about smiling, having fun, having freedom, pressure gone. Everything's lighter than it was before, and you feel released. I've been released. I feel like I was tied down. Now I feel like I've been released. It's that kind of a feeling. It's a real good feeling for you. This is a card that represents the joys of life, the very simplicity of it all. This joy is coming from your inner child as well. Like I said, there's a sense of release and freedom. You're not holding everything down and holding it together anymore. Now you can just let it all float off. The use of all that is done. You've used it, it's done. You're there, you're beyond all of that. And now I can just breathe for a little bit and I can relax. You're feeling very, very safe. And for some of you, the more spiritual ones, you're feeling very, very safe in your spirit guides at this time as well. You're just an inner knowing that everything's good right now. You can be carefree. And you're being encouraged to refresh your mind at this time. Refresh your body, the physical, and refresh your soul, the spiritual. Your keywords for this card are balance, love, commitment, freedom, openness, travel even for some, and a new home. Home life is good. This is a nice card with a good balance to it. That's what it feels like, everything in your life. And I wish this out for everybody, not just a few people, but for all of you. I really do. I wish this out for you. Finding peace within your home life, that peace overflows out into the rest of your life. And, you know, you can be having a great day, a great week, a great month, whatever. But it can. Should we all be so lucky? Yeah, we should. The next card we're looking at is My Waste of Space, which is the Knight of Cups. Proposals. I really would like to set him on fire and just get rid of him, but he's part of the deck. I don't like him. He wastes time. There's just time of wastage going by. I don't care if it's a couple seconds, a couple minutes, a couple hours, a couple of days. But there's feeling if you get involved with him, it's time wasted from the minute you start to talk to him. It's time wasted. This is somebody coming into your life. The thing with them, they're very likable. Whoever this is, if somebody you already know, they're a really, really likable person. They're very charming. They're almost magnetic. They have that kind of a personality. They got that it thing going on where people are graduated toward, they gravitate towards them. He could be coming to you with some offers, some kind of proposals. That is the prompt on the card, is proposals. It can also, yes, mean a wedding proposal coming from somebody that you never even thought of in that way. Maybe it's somebody that someone's dating, you're chilling with and hanging out with and all that, and all of a sudden they turn and they get real serious with you. Let's get married. We get along, and you're like, well, whoa, what? I was just enjoying being in the moment. I wasn't even... Oh boy. And then the other person, the person that brought it up, feels really embarrassed and stupid. You're in that moment, you find you're not what was perfect 1 second ago, and now you're not even in the same place. You're not on the same level. It's almost comedic. I'm sorry, but yeah. He's about fantasy, this guy. Have you ever dated somebody in your lifetime and you go, well, they're not somebody I'd want to live with or marry, but they're okay for hanging out with for now. It's okay to have somebody by my side for now, but down in the future, and you knew, like you just knew that they were not. And I know that there's some women, they think they're going to marry every man that they meet. He's the one. He's the one. And not necessarily so, is it? This guy is never consistent. Like I say, if you know him and you see him come and run the other way, this is a waste of time is what it is. And your challenge is to be one step ahead of this person and this energy at all times, all right? Watch your back. Watch what you're doing. The advice is very simple and logical with this card, with this person. Look for actions, not words. Let him go wah, 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 wah. All he wants. And don't pay attention until you start to see some real action. They always speak louder than words. It's almost a phrase that's worn out these days, but there's so much truth to it. You can't change it. I always look at someone's actions. I had a guy one time that I was dating, and it was all right. He was one of them ones I knew. And I said, nothing's ever going to come out of this. It's just somebody to hang out with once in a while, go out with. And he shows up on the second or third date, and he says to me, I was going to pick you up some flowers on the way. Stop at the flower shop, and I got distracted, and I forgot all about it. I'm sorry. I was going to get you some nice yellow roses or white ones, whatever they had. And I went, really? You don't tell me something that you were going to do, and then after the fact, come up and go, well, who's going to... Why would you do that? Why would somebody do that to a woman? I don't believe you were going to do that at all. You made it all up. You know, in the end, I really believe he did to this day. He just made it all up. I don't know, he felt like he needed to do something or whatever. It was like the second or third date, so he felt he needed to. You know, I don't know why people do that. I don't know, like, why don't you keep... I've had shit like that done. I was going to do this for you. I was going to go and do that for you. But this and that and that. And it's stuff that you would really, really... That would be wonderful. Oh, my God. But now it's not. I come that close to you doing that for me. That's amazing. And then you don't bother telling me. Don't tell me. Show me. Let's see your stuff. Show me your stuff. You know? So, yep, that's right. He was a liar. That's right. Just bullshitter. A bullshitter was what he turned out to be. And he never really gave me anything. Never gave me anything. You know? So, he was just company to pass the time with. When it was over, it was over. So he was in for a shock, and he was shocked the day I did it. I said, I don't even want you here anymore. Get out. You lie. You've lied to me. You bullshit at me. Get out. You're wasting my life. You're wasting my time. Get out. Just that simple. Face went all purple and red. I said, goodbye. Shut the door behind you when you leave. You know, don't mean to sound like a bitch, but you did me wrong. You're lucky I'm not screaming and hollering, throwing stuff at you. Get out. You know. And when you keep that tone of voice and you're very much in control, you're taken very seriously. As females, we get judged rashly at times over things like that because we get real emotional. Why wouldn't we? Look at the hormones we got racing through us. They don't have that. You know, there's a difference. Like chemically, we're very, very different from each other. And hormones make you very emotional, and they can make us erratic at times. It's how we were expect. You know, I'm a very vocal person. If I'm upset and I'm pissed off, or if I'm hurt, I get real quiet and withdrawn. But if somebody pisses me off, I become real vocal. I'm the complete opposite. If someone ever tells me, now, Natalie, just calm down. Oh, fuck, that does it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the language that just came. But no, I'm telling you, that's the worst thing you could tell me to do is just calm down. You know, I need to vent. I'm a venter. I am a venter. Once I vent and I'm allowed to do that, it's like deflating a balloon. I come right down again. Then I think logically, and I become more of a easier to get along with kind of a person. So being manipulated by somebody is a hurtful thing. That's very, especially if you trust somebody and you realize later I was manipulated. That's not good. So you could watch out for that, Taurus. All right. Overall, Taurus, you are guarded. You're smart. You're on the ball, but you're still human and you can be manipulated the same way the rest of us can. If it's done in the right way, people can manipulate you. Always look for actions, not words. Your keywords for this card are offers and dreams, love, but there's illusion, there's imagination, there's fantasy, and there's infatuation. Flag every word on that card. Flag them all. Hit rewind if you have to. Flag them all because they're all going to affect you. Your last card, your message from Spirit here. How we doing for time? That's about average. The Three of Wands and motivation. This card has shown up, I think, in the last few readings, actually. Out of 78 cards, I pull 5, and I shuffle them good. You see me do it. And that always blows me away when that starts happening. It's a good card. It's a 3. 3s are revered very highly. They're very holy. They're very spiritual, whatever word you want to pin on it. They're about high activity as well. In this world and the other world, I just heard for some of you. All right, it shows you around a lot of people. Spiritually, you have guides around you. You have loved ones that have passed on. It's very busy in the other dimension right now, all around you. So that's going on. This is also Wands, right? It's a card of practicality. It's a card about business. It's a card about risk-taking, taking chances. It's a card about fire and passion internally. Okay, what drives us, what motivates us, what moves us. And the prompt on this is motivation, by the way. So we have the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit as far as the three. That's why it's so highly revered, figuratively, right? So it's a card that we pay attention to. It's also a card about movement. It's a card about travel. It's a card about traveling somewhere as well sometimes for a real hardcore reason. There's a reason behind it. There's motivation behind this trip. It's not just a trip away. There's a reason behind it. I'm not sure what it is. You would know that, whoever this applies to and resonate with. This is also a card of discovering your own passions or being influenced by somebody passionately that's already into the arts or into sports. They're influencing you in some way, and it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's not the same as manipulation. It's a good thing. They're having a good effect of rubbing off on you, and you may be discovering, well, I used to be good at painting, maybe I used to be good at the piano, or arts cover a very wide field. I could go on and on and on forever. It's whatever it means to you, but there's a passion there. You're being encouraged to explore that, and you're under the influence of somebody that has those kind of passions and they live them. So if you look at that example and say, well, look at their life, their life's not perfect. It doesn't go smoothly. Sometimes it's erratic, but overall, that person's living their dream. And overall, they're one of the happiest people I know. Despite their normal everyday problems, they're still a happy-go-lucky person. It's because they're feeding their passion and they're living it. What a way to live. What a way to go. What a way to live, to be able to do exactly what it is that you want to spend all your time. That doesn't feel like work. You love what it is you do. You can't wait to go to bed at night because you're excited about the next morning and what the day's going to hold. That's what you call living a perfect life. Do you know what I mean? So, with this card as well, it's because it is about practical things. So if you got practical issues in your life that are going on, maybe you're having a hard time paying your car payment, your mortgage. These are practical things. Maybe a car broke down. They want you to apply practicality. Find practical solutions for practical problems. And you may have to think outside the box, as they say, color outside the lines, think laterally, some sideways thinking to come up with solutions. The energy's there for you to do that. So try to hold on to that and try to go with that. Try to remember that. Leave yourself open. Ask the universe to intervene, right? Ask the universe to intervene. Bring me what it is to complete this. Don't use the words need or want. Remember that. And that's tricky. Just be careful. Be descriptive. Say, bring this to me, into my life, into my reality. Open up emotionally. Emotion moves everything in this world as well. Your lines of communications are going to get busy for the rest of July as well. Things are snowballing, picking up. We're talking texting, messaging, emails, phone calls, physical meetings with people. You may overbook, schedule 2 at once. Be careful about that as well. But the energies are running kind of high because it's a 3, and that's what 3s do. They make everything fast. They make everything busy. They can make things exciting. They can make things colorful. All of a sudden, your life is full. It has meaning. It's beautiful. It's all in how we look at everything. I've had a rough week and a half, and it's all because of other people. And today and yesterday really got to me. I just want to shut everything down. That's how I felt. I'm going to shut down the channel. I'm going to shut down the group. I'm going to shut it all down. I don't like people right now. People are pissing me off, and people are turning me off. And it does seem to me like anybody else can get on on like Facebook and say whatever they want, and nobody jumps on them for it. I do once in a while, and if it's a personal thing with me, people are like, they're all, and I'm like, what the hell? And sometimes it's not directed. It's not even, that's not the reason behind it. Sometimes I'll just state something and people flip right out on me. Why? Do I have stupid written on my forehead? Oh, wait, no. It's a 4-letter word. Nice. So we can shit kick Natalie because she'll take it and put up with it because she's nice. She's enlightened. She'll put up with that shit. Here's the thing. You don't know me in real life. I don't put up with nothing. I don't put up with nothing. And I'm just like, I don't like adversity. And I have to find practical solutions to this problem. It's I don't like adversity. I don't like discord. I feel it physically in my stomach. I get very upset. And then I get resentful. It's like, what's going on? You know? And I'm feeling this physically. There's no need of that. That's the way I feel. I'm more the type of person, I'm a lover, not a fighter, but if I have to fight, I'll stand right up at the front line and take it on if I have to. And you got to watch out for that too. Don't let anybody talk you into anything you don't want to do. Don't let people do this, pulling you in different directions. As far as busy in communication, you're going to get that. Being pulled in different directions by different, and really, you're going to stop and look and go, well, you guys don't care about me. You just care about yourselves. That's why there's this tug of war going on. Because I'm sensing that for somebody. There's a tug of war going on. There could be a new love coming in for somebody here. And that love could be followed by a proposal and then celebrations of a wedding. So we're talking down the road here, not the end of the month, right? But it's just giving you a heads up. For anybody that meets anybody new, this could happen. I'm going to wrap this up right here. This is a great card for most of you. It really, really is. Keep doing what it is that you want to do. Take care of yourself. Mind your own energy. That sort of thing. Right now, I don't know what's going on with the energies, but we seem to be in a me crunch or something. And I, for one, I'm sick of it. I'm fed up and I'm tired of it and I'm sick of it. So, some people are just effed up. I mean, what happened to everybody? Did everybody go, or did everybody stop talking, or the whole room's quiet? Or is it just me on my end? So I don't know what's going on here, but it's like we're live, but nothing's moving. Maybe I'm... Okay, no, I can't go down. There we go. You're welcome, Beth. Thank you very much. Hi, Kimberly. Thank you. Ha 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 ha. Thanks, Maria. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, they are, Tanisha, and I'm telling you, I just about had it with people. I'm like up to here, right? One of my sons said to me, yes, one of my sons said to me today, because I said to him, we were talking about when they were kids and this and that, and I basically raised them on my own. They all have the same dad and everything, but I raised them on my own. And we got talking. It was just before the camera come on, and I'll say what I said. I'll just say it. And I looked and I said, do you know what? When I was raising you guys, I fucking hated the world. And he cracked right up and he laughed. He come over and give me a big hug. And he said, I love you so much, Mom. You're one of the strongest people I know. But I mean, you get like that sometimes. And when I get like that, I get this vision that I'm moving to an island in the middle of the Atlantic that can only be accessed by private helicopter. There's no other way there, you know? And I see myself living there. Nobody else around me. You know what I mean? When I start going into that space where I start craving that, that's not good. That means something has to change. There has to be a swing. There has to be a shift. And I don't know what's up lately, but the last week and a half have been hard on me. Like, I can't do anything. I can't even say I took my dog for a walk without all hell breaking loose. That's insulting. So, you know, thank you very much, Kimberly. Thank you. You know what's going on. You were there the last couple of days. So, and we don't want to start that in here or anything, but it was my fault. And I am going to address the group just once on it, and then we're going to tuck it away and start again. But it was my fault. It truly, truly was. Yeah. People do get on. You lost your husband young. Okay, Maria. Okay. I'm very sorry about that. So you never remarried or anything, or... You know, if I was a drinker, and I'm not crazy about alcohol. I never really was. But if I was a drinker, I'd probably be drinking the last 6 or 7 days at least. Oh my God. You know, strongest thing I have is a cup of tea. You know, isn't that a nice cup too? It's got the same colors as the cards do. This came from a viewer and a member of the channel. Her name's Michelle A. I think she lives in Montreal. She is within Canada. And she sent me a package one day, had this cup. She works for like a tea company or something, and they make the most awesome teas. You open them and it looks like a bag of candy, and it's tea. It's got nuts and stuff in it, you know. And she sent me that and this and a couple other things as well, which were really interesting. Her letter was completely original, all of it. But I still have the cup. If she's watching, I don't know, but I do still have the cup, and it's still just like new. It's bone china, so it's good for tea. Thank you for that, Amanda. Yes, I did on everything you said. Thanks to everybody. Okay, Maria, I understand. All right. Thank you. It is a pretty cup. And it's bone china, and I don't know how I haven't broken it yet, because I'm just like a bull in the china shop, even though I'm not a bull. Um, but I'm surprised. I got another nice cup, too, for tea as well from another lady in Montreal. They both come out of Montreal, I guess, so. Yeah. Subbies, not sunnier. That must be autocorrect. She does do well. I'm really lucky. I have really, really good moderators. I do. Yeah. That happens, Lachey. Some people, well, you get hooked on it. It's like we have Tim Hortons too, and we know of men that literally died with a Tim Hortons cup in their hand. How's that, eh? You know, there is such a thing as overdoing it. A lot of caffeine and stuff. I don't drink. I'm lucky, you know, at one time when my kids were little, I could have 12 cups of coffee a day for a joke. I kept it going all the time. I always had a coffee on the go. Once in a blue moon, I'd switch up and have a cup of tea. Now I drink 1 cup of coffee first thing in the morning. I'm lucky to get through that. I've changed so much since my kids were little. And I have just as much. I have probably more tea. I do. I do. I have more tea than I do coffee. A friend of mine, I'm surprised she's not here tonight. She usually pops in on all the readings, but Gina is in Montreal. She's one of the ones that sent me the cup, and she's going to London again. She was last year. She's going again, and she sent me some PG Tips tea. Very, very, very good tea. And I got another box that's going to be coming soon too. That's really, really good. Yeah. Right now I drink King Cole, and usually can't buy that anywhere else, as far as I know. You never could before anyway. Only here in the Maritimes, Atlantic, Canada. Amanda did do a great job. I suppose we should let Amanda go. She won't go until I go, will you, Amanda? Oh, you smudge. Oh, smudging is real. It really is. Even when you're feeling the worst and you go and you get resentful and you're like a kid with your nose out of joint, maybe go, I'm not even going to smudge, you know. Um, and if you force yourself to do it, you're glad when you're done. Put it that way. You are glad when you're done. Yeah. Where you at, Lachey? Card 4? Is that him? Hold on a minute. Because I'm gone brain dead now. I've gone brain dead. Just a minute. You're making your own smudge. I did that last year. You know, this year I've got 2 gardens and I didn't do anything. They're overrun with weeds. But I grew 3 sage plants. Oh, to die for. 1 was purple sage. 2 were the garden variety. So, yeah. So we got the magician. I can't remember number 4. I've gone brain dead. Number 3, number 4. No, card number 4, as far as the major arcana goes, is the King of the Ocean. He's not a manipulator. I'm not sure. Oh, you're in Pennsylvania. I got a lot of viewers. You know what? I could do one hell of a big meet and greet in PA. I got a lot of viewers from Pennsylvania. All kinds of them. The night. Oh, you're talking about the Knight of Cups. Yes. Yeah, he is. He's a pain. He's a pain in the ass. I'll read from the book from you. How's that? Hold on a minute. We're not talking cups, the Nine of Cups here. He's not an evil person. He's just like, oh my God, like if he goes down, he ain't going down alone. There we go. Okay, Sharon, I've got friends in Scotland too. I do. Okay, the Knight of Cups. Proposals is the prompt on the card. He's a romantic, an idealistic man, and has a proposal for you. This is the generic meaning of the card. I'm an intuitive reader, so. Charming and magnetic, he tells a great story, but will his ideas and his schemes or love offers stand true? He may not seek to deceive you. Like I said, he's not a bad person, but he's not a realist. More comfortable with fantasy than practicality. His words may be captivating, but meaningless in the real world. You cannot trust him to be consistent. Again, we come back to actions and not words. And yes, judge by actions rather than by words. It's worth testing the person's intentions before you go along with their foibles, and the keywords are offers and dreams, illusions, imagination, fantasy, love, and infatuation. That is your Knight of Cups. So, the proposal, yes. Oh, wow, Sharon, you're in for a ride. Things are going to change. There you go, Katie. Remind us of a lot of people. Sounds just like your ex, Susan. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. That's a problem with today's world. If they're not judging, they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes for their own, the means to their own ends, but they need you to do it. That's wrong. If you can't do something and carry it through on your own, I don't know about that. Don't you want to, Amanda, don't you want to smudge the whole world? Do you ever imagine that and dream? I do. I dream about it. Everybody needs to smudge and cool the hell out. Like really, cool the hell down. You know? Smudging is really good. A sage smudge actually is scientifically proven, in case you didn't know. It's a fact that it cleans about 98%, 95 to 98% of the airborne bacteria in your home. It cleans the air. So if somebody is sick with cold, someone's sick with flu, that's the time to use it. And actually, I mean, my son was sick and he was here and he touched it and he touched my keyboard. There I was, like I did wash it off, but I smudged it. I had my feather in my bowl and I was doing this all over the keyboard, the doorknobs, the windows, you know, the bathroom door. This sort of, like I just smudged everything. So, good for you, Margaret. That sets me off too. You know what I call that, Amanda? When someone says, "Oh, you're getting all excited, calm down." I say that's like trying to tell a begged bobcat to calm the hell down. It ain't gonna happen. All of a sudden that bobcat just went really nuts. You thought nuts was there? You ain't seen nuts yet. I hate that. I hate that. Don't you dare tell me to calm down. My feelings are real. And I feel I've got a right to be upset and a right to vent. I'm a venter. Once I vent, I go, like I said, it's like deflating a balloon. Yeah. August was Leo. Leo was done a little while back, Darlene. If you have to, you can go look for it. Leo is already done. We should plant sage everywhere. You're right. Isn't that funny, Katie? Yes. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up because I got one more to do. I got the last one. Gemini's coming up next. I'm going to have a little bit of a break, and I'm going to be back. Amanda, you can come back again if you want or not. It's fine, too. Anyways, thank you all so much for helping Amanda out. And thank you, Amanda, for helping everybody else out. And thank you for helping me. And live in peace, respect each other's differences. That's the message of the last week or so. We need to learn to respect each other's differences. Have a good night, all. If you want a private reading with me, look down below the video window. It's all right there. If you don't find me here, you find me walking on the beach along the water's edge down at the cove right here. And I walk along as the highest tides in the world come in and they come out. The beautiful, the bountiful Bay of Fundy. Please keep the light in and share the love and the light out with the rest of the world. Live yourself with consciousness. You are living under the microscope of the universe. I hope to see you all back here for August. Oh boy. I just don't know why I'm smiling, but I am, because I'm dreading it. Bye for now. I'll be back in a few. For those that want to hang out, you're welcome. And I'll be back soon to do the next reading for Gemini.